I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. It's not tracking my face, you bitch. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, hi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh. Okay. What's up, guys? My name is Tariq Raouf, and if you've never seen me before, probably it's because this is my first video on YouTube, and I don't know, again, what the fuck I'm doing. If you have seen me before, it's because you've probably seen me on Instagram or TikTok, where I talk a lot about Palestine. I talk about my journey growing up, hating Palestine, hating my culture. Or you've been with me over the last 2 years as I've lost over 45 family members in the genocide against my people. So I'm on YouTube because apparently long form content is where it's at, and this is one of the only ways to try and actually stably make a living doing this shit online. Not that, you know, all of this is shit, but what you're watching now is probably very much not like what you watch for other YouTube creators. Ironically enough, I did start on YouTube a long time ago when it was like a social platform, and I had a vlog, and there was like group vlog channels, and it was really embarrassing shit. So it's actually kind of full circle that I'm here. You should follow me if you care at all about human rights, if you care about the world, if you care about keeping up with the world. Well, I'm not a news person, so I'm not going to be over here talking every single day about all the news items that come out. I will start making weekly videos to talk about the news that I care about, but I am not the type of person that is going to talk about everything Palestine all the time. I don't have the energy, I don't have the bandwidth, and I don't have the mental capacity for that. There are a lot of other people that you can look to for that. I'm here to talk about... I don't know what I'm doing! I struggled a lot to try and figure out what a good angle for recording this YouTube video is, and this is the best. This is the best that I got. So bear with me as we start this new journey together. But in all seriousness, the things that I care most about are Palestine, because I am Palestinian and I want to fight for equal rights, and I think all Palestinians deserve to live in a land free of racism and violence. And I also care about being a fucking anti-capitalist bitch, because I hate capitalism, because capitalism fucking sucks. Namely, Apple. I worked for Apple for over 10 years of my life. I dedicated my life to that company, and I really thought for a long time that that company is where I was going to end up, like, just professionally, until I find out that they're massive Zionists, and they have massive research and development centers in Israel. They told me that I couldn't wear my Palestine flag pin, so I started wearing my keffiyeh every single day. And then they fired me because I spent 8 months trying to advocate against their racism and showing the world how Zionist they are. And so I'm very much an anti-Apple person, not because I think their products suck. I think their products are pretty great, but because I think their morals suck. And I think we need to hold these companies accountable for their horrific morals, because they try to sell us on these morals and then they skimp out when it actually matters. And to tell you all the truth, I am barely starting to learn about Palestine myself. So if you're new to the issue of Palestine, if you're new to the subject, then this is a great space for you. I'm not gonna like talk at you like you should know all of this, because I barely know all of this. I just started reading Perfect Victims by Mohammed El-Kurd. This is a really, really great book about understanding what it's like to be Palestinian when people are expecting us to be the perfect victims, because otherwise, like if we aren't satiable for the general public, or if we're in any way angry or honest about how we feel and what we experience, then people vilify us. And so I just started this. I'm very excited. I have a bunch of other books that I haven't read, which I might talk about here as I read them. But generally speaking, I want people to understand that the subject of Palestine is very daunting, and I understand that. And when you come to discover Palestine, or you are new to the issue, it's okay to not know everything, because the way that the systems were built around us have forced us to not know anything about the subject, because the systems tell us that, oh, it's too complicated, or the systems tell us all of these lies and the propaganda that is happening, trying to make permission for Israel's violence against Palestinians. I mean, I grew up my entire life calling myself Kyle. For 20 years, I avoided my entire heritage. I hated everything about Palestine. I didn't want to be the villain, the terrorist stereotype that everybody thought I was because of the TV that was like being made. I grew up in the early 2000s. I was like 9 years old when September 11th happened. And so it was just growing up in that environment makes you hate your own skin. When you see your skin like shown back at you in the form of villains and evil people and like angry Arabs, I didn't want to be associated with any of that. And I thought Kyle XY was really fucking hot. I thought Kyle XY was so fucking hot, and I was like, I want to be Kyle. Did that for 20 years. And so I say all of that because if there is anyone that you can learn more about Palestine from in a way that it feels like not daunting and you feel not stupid for not knowing anything, I hope it's this channel, because I barely know anything, and that's okay. So as long as you're looking at this subject with an open mind and you're willing to be uncomfortable or address some biases that you have that you might not have realized that you had. Like, we've all been there. Like, I've been there. And so, like, that's just the way that society has raised us to think. So I'm excited about this YouTube channel. I'm mostly excited because, to be honest, I've been doing this shit for like a couple of years now, and it's been really, really empowering to see the way that people are willing to listen. But YouTube is like the one place that scared the fuck out of me because I don't know what about YouTube. I don't know what it is about this page or about the people on YouTube that makes it so different than TikTok and Instagram. I think it's because when I'm on TikTok and Instagram, I can literally just do like this, and it feels like I'm just talking at my phone. It doesn't feel like I'm talking to an audience. This feels like I'm talking to a fucking audience. Like, you're real here for some reason. What the fuck is that about? I don't understand. Anyway, I'm ranting because this is new. This is probably one of the shittiest YouTube videos first starts that you've ever seen, but this is who I am. I'm not out here to pretend I'm some influencer. I'm not out here to pretend that, like, you're gonna learn amazing, awesome things. It's gonna be up to what I do with this channel and what I can share and how people respond. So I'm not doing this to be a famous influencer. I'm not doing this because I want a bunch of clout. I'm doing this because I'm an activist, first and foremost. I've got fired from my job because I was an activist, because I dared to speak out against a billion-dollar company. And I'm doing this because I want to make this a living. Not just like being a YouTube person, but being able to stand up and speak out against the injustices that we have and show people what it's like to actually fight back against the systems that are so violent and racist against us. The last like couple years, since like year and a half since being fired, I've done the most activism that I've ever done in my entire life. I went to Cairo this summer to march to Gaza because I wanted to make a difference, and that ended up being a fucking shit show. But then I did the Global Samud Flotilla, and the Global Samud Flotilla, if you guys don't know about it, it was like over 40 ships, over 40 flotillas that we tried to sail across the Mediterranean Sea to break Israel's illegal siege on Gaza. And it was a massive success in the way that we were able to move a bunch of people all around the world. And I got to be a part of that. I got to be on the land team for that stuff. That's the stuff that I care about most. I want to inspire people. I want to inspire tech workers. If you're a tech worker, I want to inspire you to stand up against these businesses, because these businesses are taking advantage of you and they need you more than you need them. That's a ridiculous first YouTube intro. I'm so new to long form content, and so I hope you'll stick with me. I want to do a couple of weekly videos. We'll see how that goes. That's it for me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for paying attention. Please like the video if you vibed with whatever the fuck you saw or heard. Subscribe. That would be really fucking awesome. And I guess we'll see where this journey takes us together if you'll stick with me. All right. Bye.